Hello, everyone. Welcome to Research Methods for Criminal Justice. This is Dr. Allison Fernandez, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of your course, and then more importantly, go over your syllabus just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So to access your course, you should be clicking up here, and then you can select your class, CRJ 2410. By default, it'll take you to this main page, which is a good starting point because my announcements every week is going to be the main way that I communicate with you. And you should also be getting an email every time I post an announcement. So be sure to check your emails. So you'll see so far, I've only posted a couple of announcements. The first announcement I made was saying that I will be sending you a copy of your syllabus. The next announcement was a copy of your syllabus and a breakdown of week 1. So I'm going to go ahead and open your syllabus and go over that with you. And give me just a minute. I'm putting that into the screen so you can see it. All right. So if you scroll to the top, you'll see this as a 4-course credit course. This is for the spring of 2024, and it's fully online. Again, my name is Dr. Allison Fernandez. My email is afernandez@centralstate.edu. Sorry about that. And then my cell phone number for work is 512-850-4135. You can call me, although it is a Google number, so it'll go through my personal number and I may not see an actual phone call come through. But if you text me, it will pop up. So text is usually the best way if you want to text, but email is perfectly fine too. I check both just as often. Honestly, email is probably the better option, but text is fine as well. My office hours are Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Now I am in Texas, so I'm Central Standard Time. But if you need me at any other time, just let me know. This is very flexible. You do have one required book accessible under the BNC First Day Complete tab. So if you go over here to content, go to Marauder Cares, and mine might look a little bit different since I'm in an instructor view. But you'll go down and you can click on BNC First Day Complete. And actually, let me go back really quick. Okay, actually, I need to update that. I'm so sorry. So this is an error. I'm going to fix that for you. So typically, yes, this is how you would go, like your other classes. You would go to BNC Complete. You would see your textbook here, and then it would say something like Read Now. However, your class is using MindTap. So disregard that. That's actually not the way that you're going to access your book. I'll go back and show you. Let's see. So go back to content. And I believe I had actually just put a module down here to give you quicker access to the book. So sorry about that. There are other classes that I have where they do go through BNC Complete. But for this class, you can scroll down to the bottom and go to Quick MindTap Access, and then open this tool or this link. Once you open it, it'll say click here to open Cengage. If you don't have an account, you'll have to sign up for one. And so you'll see all of your assignments here. Again, mine might look a little bit different because I'm an instructor view. So each week, the way you'll complete your MindTap assignments is you can work through it through MindTap itself, and it'll work you through chapters 1 through the end, or you can follow the course schedule. I'll talk about that more in a little bit, and go module by module. So module 1, you have all the links that are going to be popping up there for you to click on. Once you go through module 1 and you're in module 2 or week 2, you'll see that there's other links that pop up, and they just go back to MindTap. And there's no difference if you want to work through D2L and complete them one by one, or you want to stay within MindTap and work as you go through there. It will track it. So you don't necessarily have to work through D2L and click every single one of these links. But I know a lot of students like to do that because as you click each link, it will check it off for you so you can kind of keep track. At the same time, however, MindTap will do that as well. So if you go through chapter 1 and you're completing them, they will keep track as you go. Okay, and the point of this video is to show you the syllabus. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to that. All right, so in this class, you'll have a mix of online assignments, so that's MindTap, PowerPoints, and assigned reading. Here's all the learning objectives for the class. And this is very important. So the grading policy is we're going to have 3 discussions. One of those you may have already completed. That's your discussion, or I'm sorry, your introduction discussion. And then you'll have 2 more discussions. You have the syllabus acknowledgement that you've probably already completed. One of the main elements of the class is the MindTap material. So those are worth various points each, but total they add up to 444 points. And then you'll have your final exam due May 20th, which is worth 20 points. And I'll talk more about the final exam when I scroll down in a minute. You'll also have an extra credit opportunity. So excluding the extra credit, you have 500 points total possible for this class. So with the extra credit, if you have 490, for example, and you do the extra credit and get those 10 points, you could get 500 points. All right, so I'll talk about each of the policies or the elements of the class in a little more detail. For the discussion boards, you will see rubrics for each discussion board on D2L. So for example, the introduction discussion, I'll go down there. If you want to quickly go there versus finding the correct module, you just go to course activities, click on discussions. And I see I need to look at that, so I will in a minute. So anyway, the discussion 1, you'll see that the rubric is right here. So for all of the discussions, you'll see that there's a guideline as to what you should focus on. So discussions are officially due Sundays of the assigned week. Most of your things are due on Sundays. I do ask that you try to complete the discussion boards early, that way people have a chance to respond to you. The syllabus acknowledgement is quick and easy. That just confirms that you received the information. The MindTap materials we just went over. Anything that you complete in MindTap will automatically be imported into D2L's gradebook, so you should be able to keep track of that as you go. And the most important thing I want to really make sure you understand is the final exam. So the final exam isn't a quote-unquote exam, it's more of a study guide. I'm going to release that by week 3, and it's really going to be just a outline of the most important topics that you need to take from this class and save for your future classes. It's intended to help you. Unless you're a graduating senior, then sorry about that. It came too late for you. But if perhaps you're going on to a master's degree program, it would be helpful. So the final exam will be 5 pages long. So that's going to be mostly definitions that you'll need to fill out. I suggest backing that up onto Dropbox or however you want to do that so you don't lose it. And at the very end, before you submit it, you'll have to convert it to a PDF and upload that. As I said, there's also 1 extra credit opportunity in this class, and only PDFs are accepted. So that just ensures that I can see your file and there's no issues. Before you submit your assignments, you should make sure that you can see them, because if you can see them, I'll be able to see them. And if it's in a PDF, there's no problem. Okay, I see that these points are not correct either. As I mentioned earlier, you only have a total of 500 points. So I'll go back and do the math here. But all you would do is watch or see your grades on D2L, and it'll automatically tell you what your grade is. It'll convert it into a letter grade. But at the end of the day, let's say you earn 480 out of 500 points, you would have a 96. So you simply divide the number of points that you earned by 500, and then that's your actual letter grade. And I will make sure to update these points for you so you'll know exactly what the cutoffs are. I can tell you that for an A, you would need at least 450 points out of the 500 points. Okay, this is another important thing for you to know. During the first 2 weeks of class, you have to do one of these things that are bullet pointed here. Otherwise, you are automatically dropped from the class. As long as you participate in the work that you're supposed to do, this is not a problem. As we covered during the first week, you should have completed the syllabus acknowledgement and the discussion forum. So if you've already done that, then this would not apply to you. You're not going to be dropped. Tardiness, late policy. Unless you have a documented reason, late work is not accepted. You are expected for the most part to plan ahead. It is an online course and it's asynchronous, so if you have something going on where you may not be able to get something done on Sunday when it's due on Sunday, make sure to just work ahead. You can work on Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you have a long time. Each week you have a full 7 days to get work done. So just make sure to plan accordingly. Of course, if an emergency happens, let me know. All right, and then I put a screenshot here of what I showed you earlier, how to access your MindTap material. I am going to provide recorded class sessions for you. That way you can review them. You're expected to review those. You should be reviewing those. So if I post a video, you have to take the time to watch those videos. That's an important part of the class. All right. So this is my way of setting up all my classes. I hope that it's helpful for you. I do my best to tell you exactly what to expect and give you a timeline. So this is still technically week 1. It's Sunday today. Your assignments were the syllabus. Looking into some of the MindTap material just so you can get familiar. Your graded work was the syllabus acknowledgement and discussion 1. Generally, we're going to cover a chapter a week. So next week, we're going to get into chapter 1, and you have chapter 1 MindTap material that's due. The next week is chapter 2. Following week is chapter 3. then chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, then 7. Then we have spring break. Over spring break, we do not have anything due. We'll come back and start up with chapter 8, then chapter 9, 10. And then I give you a little bit of a break here. And instead, we're doing a discussion, and you have to review the MindTap material about different careers in criminal justice. Then we'll pick up with chapter 12. And then in week 14, you have discussion 3. This is a very important week. So for graduating seniors, you're going to actually have to make sure to go ahead and complete weeks 15 and 16 as well, because all of your work is actually due April 26th. So you're in a very unique position. So you'll need to also complete chapter 14 and your final exam. So it's not that much, because you should be working on your final exam / study guide throughout the semester. So MindTap has a lot of information that's going to walk you through research methods, but as I said, you can still expect recorded lectures as well. And please, if you have any questions at all, the fastest, easiest way to reach me is via email. I'm usually very, very quick to email you back. If you don't hear from me within 24 hours, please send me a follow-up email, even if it's the weekend. You can feel free to send me a follow-up email. But usually Monday through Friday, I'll answer you the same day or definitely the next day. And if you don't hear from me, just forward the email and say I haven't heard from you. Because if you haven't heard from me, chances are maybe I missed it, because I try to respond as soon as I see it pop up, usually on my phone. I'll say, okay, I know I need to email the student back, or if I'm already on my computer, I'll email you back immediately. All right, guys, again, welcome to Research Methods, and I will talk with you soon.